So guys, in this video we will print numbers from 1 to 1000, and to do it we must create a loop that will run 1000 times, and starts from 1, and every time it will increase, and I will print the value of that number. So let's create an integer counter, and let's say that at the beginning the counter is 1, the value of the counter is 1. And then I will create a loop, a while loop, and inside these brackets I'll write the condition. So when the condition is true, my loop will work. So the condition is if the counter is smaller or equal to 1000. So since at the beginning it's 1 and 1 is smaller than 1000, it will execute the while loop. So inside of the while loop we will print the value of the counter. So at the beginning it will print counter 1, and then after printing the counter I will increase the value of the counter by 1. So the next time counter will be 2, and then we will check if 2 is smaller than 1000. Yes, it is smaller than 1000. Then I will write 2. Then I will increase the value of the 2. It will be 3, and so on until we reach 1000. And let's put a space after it. And now let's run the program. So this program will print numbers from 1 until 1000. So there is another way of doing it using the for loop. So how do we use the for loop? In the for loop you just write for, and inside the brackets you create your integer variable counter and say that at the beginning it will start from 1, and the for loop will continue working while counter is smaller or equal to 1000, and every time after the iteration I will increase the value by 1. And sometimes the student make this mistake. They put this semicolon after the bracket. Don't do it. After if bracket or after for or after while brackets we don't put the semicolon. We only use semicolon after the comments. So here again we will print the value of the counter, and let's return 0 at the end, and it works. So what if I would like to print the numbers from 1 until some number n? Let's assume that the user will input the number. So I will create an variable new n, and I will read n from the keyboard. So my loop will work from 1 until n. So n can be any number, like 100, 200. It depends on the user who enters the value on the keyboard. And then I will start from 1, and then I will continue while my counter I is smaller or equal to n, and then I will print the value of the counter I. And let's test it. So if I enter 10, it will print numbers from 1 to 10. If I enter 100, it will enter numbers from 1 to 100. But what if I want to print the numbers between two numbers that were entered from the keyboard? Let's say that I have n and m, which will be entered from the keyboard. So first I read n, then I read m, and I want to print all natural numbers starting from n until m. So here you will start from n and you will continue until m. So let's run it. Let's say that the first number is 10, so now n becomes 10, so the value of the n is 10, and now I will enter value for the m, for the second variable. Let it be 23, and our program printed all numbers starting from 10 to 23. That's all.